Testing, testing. Hello, hello. Greetings. Welcome to the stream. This is CosPilates, so if this is your first time watching this or partaking in this, you're probably asking, why do I look like this? CosPilates is a series I do where we combine cosplay and Pilates, hence the ridiculous name, and I sequence a class inspired by usually my favorite characters from anime, video games, pop culture, etc. I'm kind of a sucker for Final Fantasy, so we've done a lot of Final Fantasy on this channel, but today we're mixing it up. We are doing a Heaven Official's Blessing series. I always put the possessive in the wrong spot. I always say Heaven's Official Blessing, which is wrong, but that's how I say it. So I'm going to stick with TGCF moving forward. We're going to do the second part of three-part TGCF series. We did Chilean inspired CosPilates on Thursday. If you couldn't tell by what I'm rocking right now, yes, I will be wearing the eye patch for the entirety of the stream. We are doing Cheng today. Cheng's one of my favorite characters of all time. I just think he's the coolest thing ever and aspire to be even 10% that cool and confident. So we have, inspired by Cheng today, we have a fiery number with a little bit of a twist. Before I get into all that, you've probably noticed the QR code that is popping out over here. You can scan that for a little K-pop inspired a K-pop playlist, inspired by Cheng. So one of my favorite things to do is make K-pop playlists, and wanted to share some music with you all that you can play in the background to be a little more on theme, in case you didn't want to go full outfit like me, which is also valid. So you can scan that for some music and get settled on in. No, you don't need props today. You may want to have some sort of light weight on handy. If you do have weights or cans, anywhere between 1 to 3 pounds will work today. If you don't, you can also perform this without weight. I have 3 pounds peeking out over there. I would recommend even lighter for some of these exercises that we're going to do. Sometimes the 3 is a little much for me. 3 doesn't seem like a lot, but it's Pilates, so it's always pretty deceiving. It doesn't look like it's going to be a lot, and then we're dying at the end. So grab anything that'll work for you or not. That's also valid. One little twist today for our CosPilates on theme with Cheng is that we will be rolling some dice. So I have a little dice here that you can't quite see because it's so little. It's a Pokemon dice. And since Cheng is the Ghost King of good luck as well, we're going to roll the dice at different points during class and see what changes in class. So if we roll a certain number, we might do something a little different, or we might mix it up in a way that we weren't expecting. So I can't predict. I have a couple of outcomes here that we'll play with. So I hope this sounds fun to you. I'm looking forward to it. I've never done this before, so I think it'll be fun. And on theme, of course, with our Ghost King. So when it's time to roll the dice, this is going to pop up. I'll put this guy away. We're going to do dice roll time. So this is going to pop up. We're going to roll the dice and we're going to see how this goes. So hopefully this is a little fun, a little different. Let me know what you think at the end of class. All right. So before we get started, a couple final things here. I can't see you, so I can't cue your body. Nonetheless, you are always going to know your body better than I ever will because you live in it. Finding our edge and challenging ourselves is one thing. Pain is something we don't want. And especially don't want to push through pain. So if at any point you experience pain, abort mission and either take a modification that I will provide or take a pause and join us in the next exercise. All are valid, and I find some exercises work really well for me some days, and then there are some days where, even though I've been doing Pilates for over 15 years, sometimes my body's just not feeling certain exercises, and that is totally valid. That we modify, we find that mind-body connection, and we find what works, and we keep moving. So all is valid. That's the biggest and most important thing. This is going to be a little spicy too, so this is especially going to be important today. Especially because we don't quite know what we're going to do. So get ready. Maybe we'll roll our biggest fear today and we'll be able to conquer it. I'm nearsighted and don't wear glasses, so having one eye is going to be, you know, if it ever comes to that, I might need to get some contacts. But anyway, we're going to rock the eye patch. We're going to rock out to some Hua Cheng awesomeness. And let's get started then. We're not going to roll the dice just yet. I'm going to put this over to the side. Very cool. So we're going to start with a warm-up on theme for being spicy. We're going to do a reformer on the mat. Just checking something, technical difficulty. Awesome. We're going to go reformer on the mat for our warm-up today. It's a bit spicy. It's a little fast-moving. That's what we want because we're the Supreme Ghost King. Why not? So footwork on the reformer on the mat. Layers on layers on layers. We're going to start with our frog legs. So heels together, toes apart at 11 and 1 on the clock in our Pilates stance. Knees are going to be the width of your shoulders. So we don't want to be too wide. We don't want to be zipped together just yet. Find the width of your shoulders. Make sure that tailbone is down. So it might feel like you're lifting your lower back a little bit. That's what we want. We want a little bit of space between the lower back and the mat. And that's where we find our neutral position. So we find that tailbone heavy and long, and we find the bottom tips of the ribs pressing down into the mat. You'll feel your waist draw down towards your back body, and your ribs start to hug towards your imaginary center line. From here, you have options. Head, neck, and shoulders can stay down. You can float your arms by your hips when we curl up, or you can bring your hands behind your head to stack. This is going to be your most challenging position. I will do a little bit of both. So we'll start. From here, keeping the feet flexed, we'll roll through to point our toes, find your high diagonal, straighten the legs, and then bend, bring it back in, flex the feet. Stretch out long point, and bend it back in. Try not to shift the pelvis forward and back here. Draw the front body down to create space for the legs to move in. 2 more times here. Last time. And now we go 5 for flow. We go out and in, out and in for 3, 2. Last time. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. From here, we go arches, imaginary arches. We zip our legs together like they're one leg. Point the toes. We keep everything glued together the entire time. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. From here, we go 5 for precision. You press out, find a little pause out, and then bring it in. Only go as far as your knees can stay together. So we want to keep that connection of everything together. It's going to activate the inner thighs on a little differently. 2 more times. Last time slow. Now we go 5 for flow. We go out and in. Inhale out, exhale in. You have 3, 2. Last time. Lower your head down, rock it side to side. All right, now we go heels. We had our pointed toes, now we flex our feet. Draw your pinky toes back and your big toes forward. This sounds like a ridiculous detail, but it changes the entire chain up the leg. So we all have a tendency to kind of sickle onto the outsides of our feet. You'll notice too, if you look at your shoes, then you notice that the outside is a little more worn down. We want to try and stand evenly on our feet here. Makes us stronger ghost kings for the future. So take an inhale. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. We're just going to go 10 for flow here. We press out and in. Inhale out, exhale in. For 7. There we go. 6. I can still count. Pilates teachers are not good at math. We always do too many reps. 3. I think I messed it up there. That's okay. Last time. Lower down, rock yourself side to side. Pilates math has deviations. That's what I always say. We always do a little extra credit. All right, from here, bring your legs down. And we're just gonna take a couple of arm circles here. Your arms will come up to the ceiling and just open circle around. Maybe the arms go all the way behind you. Maybe they don't. But what I want you to think about as we move the arms is not splaying the ribs. So only go as far back as you can keep that neutral spine position, tailbone long, bottom tips of the ribs down. And now reverse your circle. Don't forget to breathe. This is your calm before the 100. If you've ever taken CosPilates with me or another Pilates class with me, you know the 100 is our cardio exercise of the classical mat system. It's spicy, it's sweaty, it's nobody's favorite. So enjoy this enjoy this time while we have it. Let's bring the arms down, hug your knees into your chest. You'll have 3 preps here for your 100. So in general with Pilates, take this with you the rest of class. The straighter the legs and the more distal or further away the legs are, the more challenging this is. So tabletop will be our starting position. Especially if this is your first time, tabletop is here. If you want to try and attempt to straighten the legs, I don't care if they get perfectly straight, straighter, heels together, toes apart. From there, you can work to straight up to the ceiling, and then the longer and lower they go, the more challenging this is. So everyone's going to be at a different spot. You'll find your working level. And we're going to do this for 10 breaths. So you get time to play with it and build on it and challenge it. I will demonstrate a little bit of everything, starting with that tabletop position. But first we'll do our preps. So take an inhale. Exhale, you'll curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Crease at your breastbone. Just the tips of the shoulder blades are down on the mat. From here, float your arms by your hips and find your legs at working level. Start with tabletop, see how that feels, and then maybe play. You know you found your edge when it's slightly hard to hold and you're right, but you're not fighting through pain, right? And now bring everything back in, lower down. You get one more prep here. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Float your arms by your hips. Find your working level. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, lower your head. If your neck starts to bother you, lower it down and continue the exercise as is. Keeping the head, neck, and shoulders down does not necessarily make it easier. It actually makes some exercises harder. So relax your neck, bring it down if you're starting to feel pain or discomfort. All right, here we go. Cooperate with me, eye patch. We're going into our 100. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Find your legs at your working level. Start to pump your arms up and down by your sides for inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping your heels together, toes apart. Just because I'm not cueing breath doesn't mean you stop breathing. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. We're almost halfway there. Maybe we challenge the legs a little bit. I know right here, this is hard for me to hold. For 4. And exhale. Curl up a little higher. 3. And exhale. Maybe we go a little lower for the last 2. And exhale. Last time. And exhale. Hug your knees in. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Holy moly. Take one hand on top of each knee. Give yourself a little stir in the hip joint. And then reverse your circle. Very nice. All right, from here, recenter yourself on your mat. We'll move into roll-ups. So you're going to stretch your legs out long. Hello, how are we feeling after the 100? 100's always crazy. That is okay. It's very important. Stretch your legs long for roll-up. If they don't go straight, bent knees are fine. I want you to think of the same feet that we did in heels for our footwork. Pull the pinky toes back, big toes forward. It's hard for me to do, but it's important. From here, we move into our roll-ups. Level 1, hands come to the hips. Level 2 and beyond, arms come up to the ceiling. I will demo both. We're going to start with the little curl here. On your next exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. I want you to feel a reach towards your toes. So I want you to think your legs are lengthening long away from you. Your legs are shilien, and we're trying to catch up to them. So you're trying to reach for them. Reach for your boy like you want to catch up to him. Because we're going to roll up through this to come up to seated. And then lower down. We're going to go for our romantic chase towards our boy. You're going to take an inhale. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Begin to roll all the way up to seated. Find a C-curve shape here. Round at your waist. Keep your shoulder blades wide on your back. Come here, we go all the way up, dive forward, drop your head. Reach past your toes. And now take it all the way back. Bone by bone. Slow motion. Lower back, middle back, upper back in that order. Think really refined here. Think of each piece of your spine, each vertebra stacking one by one onto the mat. 2 more times. Take an inhale. Exhale, we run towards Shilien because we love him so much. Dive forward, drop your head. Slowly take it all the way back. Roll your shoulders open. Work that waist down with control. You have 1 more here. Take an inhale. Exhale. Make this the most romantic one yet. Drop your head. Reach. Maybe make it a little dramatic. This story is dramatic. Hwa-chung is dramatic. And then take it all the way back. That's why we love him, though. I love how dramatic he is. All right, right away, arms are going to come down by our side. We'll bend our right knee into our chest. We'll lengthen the leg up to the ceiling with a pointed toe. I do not care if the leg gets straight. It's more important that your tailbone stays down. And then bend your knee back in. If you want to challenge it, start to work the thigh closer to the chest and bend it in. This last time, lengthen up to the ceiling and hold. We'll find a little external rotation so that our toes are pointing at 1 o'clock on the clock. From here, we're going to kick dust off of our left shoulder. We're going to kick that Qi-rong cave dust off of our shoulder there. And then cross it, but lift up. Try and kick it up and off and come back through center. 1 more time. Try and kick it off and come back through center. Now we find that kick off. Think that up towards your shoulder. Now take it around. You're going to take it to 45 degrees. Kick Qi-rong in the face. Open around, kick his minion in the face, and then come back through center. We're just knocking everyone down. You're going to kick to the left, circle down and around to the right, and center. 1 more time. And center. Now we reverse it, and just in case we miss someone, really work that leg across. Keep the hip down, though. Out, around and up. Last time, out, around and up. Grab behind your leg, give it a quick stretch. If you want, you can bend and straighten it, whatever feels good. And then slowly lower down with control. We switch to the other side. So single leg circles is a little different. We're not lifting the hips here. We're just working the leg in our hip socket. Doesn't look like much, but we're working. Take an inhale. Exhale. Lengthen the leg up to the ceiling. And bend it back in. Draw your abs down. Draw the knee towards your chest as the leg lengthens up. And bend, bring it back. Last time, lengthen it up to the ceiling. We kick that cave dust off of our shoulder. And bring it back, keeping the hip down. Draw your abs away from your leg. And bring it in. This last time, we take it across and hold. We go around. Kick Qi-rong and his minions. 2 more times. And up. Last time. And up. Now reverse your circle. Out. Around and up. Inhale. Out. Around. Exhale. Lift up. Last time. Get them good. Grab behind the leg. Take a stretch. Only go as high up the leg as you can keep your shoulders down. If you can touch your toes, but your shoulders are shrugging towards your face and you're lifting up off the mat, walk your hands down a little lower. All right, release your leg. Zip them together, arms come up to the ceiling, roll all the way up to seated. Grab a quick water break, and Dun dun dun, it's dice time. I didn't quite think about the theme music for this, so we're going with dun dun dun, it's dice time. Hopefully that will work for you all. So, we're gonna roll the dice for our ab series. So, our ab series, aka our series of 5, is a iconic Pilates series. You'll see if you go to the gym and do core exercises, a lot of these may look familiar, but we have a little Pilates twist on them, a little bit different focus. And we're going to have a couple of different focuses potentially when we roll our dice. So option 1, we're going to do our ab series, but we're going to add our weights. So that's if we roll an odd number. If we roll any odd number on here, we're doing ab series with weights. So make sure you have your weights on handy. If not, don't worry about it. It's still spicy. Option 2. This one's interesting. I made this yesterday and I forgot that I did this. We're going to keep adding on our reformer on the mat here. So we're going to do an eclectic variation of reformer on the mat ab series remix on the exercises. So that'll be a little different. So let's see what happens. So if we roll an odd number, we use weights. If we get even numbers, we're doing our reformer on the mat collage for our ab series. All right. Shake it. I don't know how good my luck is. I don't know if I have the right dice rolling posture. We're going to find out. All right, let's see. I'm going to roll. And I got a 6. Okay. So I'll show the camera. Hopefully you can see it, but I rolled a 6. So we got an even number, which means we are doing the reformer on the mat collage for our ab series. Let's get started. So, all right, take your final sip of water. We're going to start with our single leg stretch. So we'll lie down on the mat. Single leg stretch looks probably familiar to most of you. It's one of my favorite ones to do. I think you get a good stretch, but it's also a great warm-up exercise to do when you're getting ready for your workout. All right, cool. Let's get started. So this one's going to be pretty spicy. We're going to combine our single leg stretch with our stomach massage, which is a teaser-like position. So get ready for some balance work. So from here, you're going to curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. You're going to bring your hands to your right leg and stretch your left leg long. The higher the leg goes, the less challenging. Now from here, I want you to press your leg and your hands together, find tension. Can you start to roll up into a balance here and hold? And now we're going to switch legs and we're going to lower back down to that curl position. Come up, switch, and lower down. We're only doing 4 more. Find that tension, fight it between the leg and the hands, and lower down with control switch. Keep drawing your waist back. Think of that C curve shape that we just did in roll up. Let's go 2 more. Balance, control the switch. Don't throw the legs around. Last time. And switch, lower down. Hug your knees in, lower down. Whew, that was a doozy. That one was fun. All right. What did you all think? I know what I think. I know my fun is different because I'm a teacher. I like the weird stuff, so the weird challenging stuff. So I'm sorry if you didn't. I clearly know that my fun is very different from what other people think is fun in Pilates. But this one I think is fun for everyone. This is our backstroke for double leg stretch. So I will demo 1, and then we'll do 4 together. So we'll start with curling your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. You're going to bring your hands to your eyebrows so that you have fingers for eyebrows. From here, your arms and legs are going to go up to the ceiling. They're going to open the width of your mat together. From here, they circle around. Your legs zip together at a diagonal, and your hands come to the tops of your thighs. Reach, and then bend, bring it back in. So it's a little coordination exercise. And My computer's gonna die, so give me 1 second. We love the unpredictability of a live stream. Cool. We'll take the first one slow, and then we'll keep on going. So from here, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. You're gonna bring your hands to your forehead. Arms come up, open, circle down and around, reach, and then bend, bring it back in. Just like that, 3 more times. Arms and legs come up, open, circle down and around, reach for your toes over the tops of your thighs. With control, bring it back in. You stay curled up the whole time. 2 more times. Find a little breath here. And bend, bring it in. Last time. Open, circle down and around, reach, and bend, bring it back in, lower it down. All right, for scissors, we're gonna take the legs straight up to the ceiling. And now we're gonna imagine that one of our feet are on the foot bar of a reformer, which is pretty fun. So we're gonna start with our left leg, scissored at 45 degrees or lower, and you're gonna keep it there. This right leg's gonna stay up, keeping your head, neck, and shoulders down, spiral your triceps down to the mat. You're gonna pulse that leg in twice, and then bring it back to your start position. Pulse, pulse, and in. 2 more times. Last time. Now switch. Pulse, pulse. Draw your abs down twice to create more space to move into. 1 more set, we transition. Pulse, pulse. For 3, and 2, and 1. Scissor switch, last time. 2, and 3, and 4. Bend it in. Take a breath. All right, we're over halfway there. It's time for lower lift. So, from here, we are going to start with our hands stacked, one on top of the other. We're not going to interlace because that makes it easier. Stack your hands one on top of the other, bring it to the nape of your neck. From here, legs will start at tabletop or legs come up to the ceiling. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. From here, we're going to lower the legs to 45 degrees and then lift them back up. And then lower. And lift. Last time. And lift. This time, we find 45 degrees, go a little lower, and then lift up to 45 degrees. 2 more times. And lift up. Last time. And lift up. Bend your knees in, lower down. Grand finale. We do crisscross. We're going to finish where we started. We're going to try and work our way up to that balance position. I'm not good at this, but that's why we do them. And it's really fun to try. So we're all going to try it together. We're going to find our traditional crisscross position. So you bring your right armpit to your left knee and extend the opposite leg long. From here, we start to twist back and forth. Pretty cool. Now we're going to start to work our way up to a balance. Keep switching. Told you it was spicy. And then we lower down with control. We're going to try that 2 more times. Come up. And come down. Try and find control. 1 more time. And lower down. Hug your knees in. You're done. Holy moly. Rock yourself up to seated. All right. Technical difficulty over. How could I forget to plug the power in? Oh well. Little things, right? All right, from here, we're going to work our spine mobility a little bit. Our spine moves 4 different ways. We've done flexion, which is that rounding. We've done a little bit of transverse twisting movement. Now we'll start to work towards a little more extension and a little bit more lateral side bending. So with a little bit of a Hua Cheng twist. You're going to separate your feet a little bit wider than the mat. You want to make sure that you're seated right on top of your sits bones, stacking your spine one on top of the other. I want you to feel like you're sitting directly on top of those bony landmarks in your booty. If you feel like you're rounding and you're reaching towards your toes, take a bend to the knees and get a little more mobility in your pelvis to find that stack of the spine. For some people, it might feel like you're arching your back a little bit. That's okay. Imagine you have a back to this mat, like a back of a chair. I want you to feel really stacked up an imaginary wall. Your arms are going to come forward. We're going to take 3 of these spine stretches. Think of this like your seated roll-up. On your next exhale, you drop your head, slide your arms across an imaginary table, and start to drop your head towards the floor. Now I want you to think less about head to floor and more ribs to the ceiling. How much space can you bring between the back of your ribs and your hips? And now keep drawing your waist back as you stack your spine up bone by bone. Head's the last thing to come up. Take an inhale. Exhale, slide and dive. And slowly stack all the way up to tall. Last time. Feeling nice and long. And then keep that lift of the back even as you round forward and come all the way back up to tall. From here, arms come out to a T. If you don't have room, you can bend your elbows and bring your fingertips to your shoulders, just keeping the elbows aligned with the shoulders. Without moving the hips, staying stacked, you're going to twist your spine towards the right. Now, if one leg got longer than the other, that means the hips moved. Think of that hip that's away from you. It's pulling back, and that rib is drawing forward. Whoop. And then come back through center. That was ridiculous, Sarah. Twist towards, little dance move, twist towards the other side. Think of pulling that hip backwards and wringing out your waist like a towel. And then come back through center. One more time like that. And center. Last one of this set. And center. Now we'll move a little quicker and add some bicep curls because Hua Cheng has great arms. He is a swordsman after all. We're going to twist to the right. We're going to do little bicep curls here. You're going to open and tap, keeping the elbows the same height as the shoulders. 2 more times. Last time. Come back through center, twist to the left. We open, tap 4 more times. 3, 2, 1. Now we go 4. Keep growing taller. Keep lifting the ribs from the hips here. It's all about creating space to move into. 4 times on this side. That's what we do in Pilates. We create space to move into. Now we go 3. We don't even have weight, and I'm already feeling this. And twist. 3, 2, and 1. Now we go 2. 1, twist, 2, 1, twist. Last time, stretch out and hold. How deep can you twist? Hands come back, come through center to the left. Open twist, make it your deepest one yet. And come back through center. Lower down, take it out. Shake it out, take it out. I don't know what we're taking out. All righty. Let's do some extension. So twisting, flexion, now we do extension. Opposite of flexion, heart opening, opening our heart to our loved ones. So we're going to start lying down on our stomach. You're going to separate your feet the width of the mat. This is a good place to start. The more challenging you want this to get, the narrower the legs can go. It's always good to start wide and then work your way in and see what works for you. Some days I'm feeling like really strong and my legs are zipped together. Some days I really need that extra space. So take whatever works for you. From here, we're going to start with our swan prep, work through to our intermediate swan, and then we're going to attempt a swan dive. It's technically an advanced exercise, but I'm going to give you some variations to play with. Swan dive is one of my favorites because it's absolutely ridiculous to look at and to do, but it's really fun to do. So let's get moving. You're going to start with your hands stacked, one on top of the other. Bring your forehead to your hands. Now from here, I want you to imagine that you have a tack underneath your navel and you're lifting it away so you don't get pricked. From here, draw your pelvis down so that the bony landmarks of your hips and your pubic bone are pressing evenly into the mat. This is finding that neutral spine position on our stomach. So that's what we're looking to do. We're taking the extremities out of the natural curvatures of our spine. From here, you're going to find that lift and that press down of the pelvis. You're going to take your hands with you as you lift your head and chest up into a hover. You're not going to go crazy high. Maybe you do. I'm really jealous. But either way, you're really working your core and upper back. And now lengthen to lower down. I want you to think reach over height here. You have a red string on your sternum, and it's reaching long to the front of the room and lifting up. Liked the theme there? When we do the theme and lower down. You have one more time here. You're going to lift up. This time we're going to hold a little bit. Can you lift a little bit more with your abs? Can you lift a little bit more with your upper back? Can you reach your string longer to the front of the room and lift up higher? And then lower down with control. From here, your hands are going to come underneath your shoulders. Hug your elbows towards your sides. Find wide collarbones here. Now we take it into our full swan. Same engagement. We lift up into our swan prep. And then from here, press into your hands to come up a little higher. That red string is still on our sternum. We reach it long through and lift up. Keep your head stacked on top of your spine. And then lower down with control. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift up. Abs up, hips stay down, long diagonal spine. And then lower down with control. Last time here, you're going to lift up and hold. We're going to go for a neck roll here. You're going to look to the right. Circle down and around to the left and center. Then to the left. Circle down and around to the right and center. Lower down. Press yourself back, find a quick child's pose. And I'll start to walk us through swan dive. So swan dive, if you've ever seen a rocking horse, it looks like the bottom of a rocking horse, kind of seesawing up and down. It's wild, and it's really spicy and really fun. We're going to start with a variation of it. You can keep doing that variation or eventually work up to join with me in doing full swan dive. We'll see how we do. All right. From here, we're going to start with our hands as we did in our swan, right under our shoulders, in between our shoulders and armpits, elbows hugging towards our sides. Legs can be, ideally they're zipped together for this, but you can keep them wide. No rules in CosPilates. Well, there's rules in CosPilates, but this works for me today. So from here, you're going to lift up into your swan and hold. And now slowly lower down. Lift your legs up. Squeeze your glutes and lift the back of your thighs to the ceiling. Lower down, press and lift up. And then lower down. We're working that seesaw here. And lower down, lift up. And transition, lift the lower half. Lower down. Now, if you want to go for the full seesaw, you're going to lift up into your swan as high as you can go. You release your hands forward, rock forward and back. Forward and back like this. We're going to go for 4 of these. If you're like, no way, this is weird and crazy, you continue to do what we just did. Lifting the upper body and then working that lower body to bring the legs up. Both are valid. All right, I'm going to go for 4. Let's see how we do. Hopefully my Cheng luck brings me some good swan dives. We're going to lift up, and here we go. I'm not going to talk during this. Here we go. We're going to rock forward and up for 2, 1. Lower down. Press yourself back. Find a child's pose. I think Cheng granted me some pretty good swan dives. I was pretty happy with those. Fabulous. All right. Done, done, done. It's dice time. All right. So, what we're going to do, second half here, we have a roll-up series. So if we roll an odd number, we are doing reformer on the mat. We're going to do the rowing series with some weights. If we roll an even number, we do the short box series on the mat. These are both reformer on the mat sections of that system. So I don't know which one I prefer, but so I'm down for either. So we'll get a little extra arms in, or we're going to get a little extra spine mobility in. What is the proper spine posture? What is the proper dice rolling posture? Like this, slowly. If anyone saw that Gambler's Den episode of The Dub, holy moly. They did such a good job. It's so entertaining. I've watched it way too many times. I really enjoy it. It's great. All right, anyway. We're not gonna fangirl right now. All right, I'm gonna roll, here we go. All right, I got a number 5, my favorite number, number 5. So, we got an odd number, that means we're doing short box. I like that, we're gonna do short box. So, normally when we do this, we have a strap underneath our feet. We don't have a strap, so it's gonna be a little more challenging, but we like that. We like a little extra challenge. So, we're going to separate our feet inner hip width distance apart. You're going to find that long, tall spine. If you have to take the bend of the knees to do that, same as spine stretch from before. From here, you're going to take your hands and embrace your waist. Not death grip it and shrug your shoulders up, just a light tap of your waist. Just like when Hua Cheng was kidnapping Shilian from his palace in the Heavenly Court. Remember in the Donghua? It was fun. You're going to do that to your own waist. And we're going to start with our round back. You're going to draw your waist away from your forearms, and I want you to lift your ribs away from your hips to find a C curve here. It's almost like you're coming under a low ceiling. Now, I'm not rounding in my shoulders at all. So what we don't want to do is this. We don't want to slouch with the upper back. We want to keep the shoulders wide, but we want to find that C curve at the waist. That's where we work our center. And that's where we start to get a little more mobility in the middle of our spine. We tend to forget about that part of our spine. Now from here, we do a roll down. We tuck our tail, start to roll back bone by bone. Draw the waist away from your forearms. At the bottom here, if you'd like, arms can come overhead, take a little stretch. And then bring them back to your waist. Keep drawing your waist away from your forearms. Come back up to your start position. We do 2 more like that. Take it back. Extension, open your heart to your lover, and then come all the way back up. Last time. I'm rereading book 5 right now. I'm just rereading the whole second half. And man, there's so much stuff that happens that you completely forget about. It's a dense story. I forget how many things that, because I sometimes would just skip to the Hua Cheng parts, so it's cool to reread it again. I was one of the people that read it off the Google Doc, the fan translation on the Google Doc. If you know, you know, right? All right, so from here, let's start with our flat back hinge. So now we did round back, now we do flat back. So hinging from the hips here. So you can take your hands vampire style, as I like to call it, or for more of a challenge, hands come behind your head like so. Hinging like a piece of steel, flat back. Watch your head here. Pull the back of your neck longer and then come all the way back to your start position. 2 more times. Dig your heels in, lengthen away from your legs, and then come all the way back up. Last time here, don't forget to breathe. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way back up. Very nice. From here, side to side, let's all meet with the hands behind the head. You're going to tip at the waist over to the right, imagining you're between 2 panes of glass, and then come back to the start position. Tip over and center. 2 more times. And center. Last time. And center. Now from here we do twist and reach. We combine our twist and our hinge. Exciting stuff. You're going to twist to the right. Find a flat back hinge here. Come up in your twist and center and twist hinge back, come up, and center. This time twist, hinge back, and hold. Draw your sword, take your outside arm, tap the mat, bring it back to your start position, up in your twist, and center. Draw your scimitar, hinge back, release the arm, tap the mat, come up in your twist, and center. Stretch over, shake it out. Woohoo! All right, moving along. It's time for leg series. So, Hua Cheng's Ghost King, even though he's a swordsman, he still can kick ass in various ways. We're gonna do big legs, big swinging legs today. And even though I say big and swinging, I still want it controlled. If there's no control, we're technically not doing Pilates. Control is one of the most important aspects of Pilates. It's one of our 6 principles that we follow with every exercise that we do. So starting at the back edge of your mat, from tailbone to elbow, you'll be at the back edge of your mat. You can lie on your bicep like a pillow or rest your head in your hand here. Come on, eye patch. You're doing so well. Don't betray me. And now you're gonna bring your feet to the front corner of the mat. The goal here is to keep your hips stacked one on top of the other. So that means they don't do the mambo forward and back. And that also means they don't crunch back and forth like this. We want to feel really long. Keep reaching those legs infinitely long. We're trying to grow to Hua Cheng's height. I want you to feel like you're infinitely growing taller. You are the infinitely growing taller Supreme Ghost King. Hand comes to the front, top hand. If you want a challenge even more, you lose that top hand to the back of your head so that this becomes a lot harder to hold. I'll demo both as we move through it. Top leg's gonna lift to a hover. Keep that reach of the leg long. Big leg, you're gonna kick it front. Point, brush it back behind you. 2 more times, kick, point, reach. Last time, kick, point, reach. Now from here, keep the foot pointed. You're gonna lift it up, bring it forward and back. 2 more times. And back. This is prep for our hot potato later. Last time. And lift. From here, flex your foot. Bring it long to a hover aligned with your other leg. You're going to draw baseball-sized circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse your circle for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now from here, top foot's going to point. It's going to come in front of you. This is our hot potato. We're going to do 3 taps and work to 1. Like the floor is hot. You tap 3, 2, 1. You kick the leg up, bring it behind you. Tap 3, 2, 1. Kick up. Now we do 2. And up. 2. And up. 3 ones. Tap, lift. Light tap, lift. Light tap, lift. Light tap, lift. Lower, down. You're done. Holy moly. All right. From here, we're just going to do no funky transition. Right over to the other side. Quick, fiery, big legs. Big, long legs. All right. I'm going to do this side with our challenge here. So prepping for that hot potato. You're going to lift that top leg up to a hover. Big leg swing, kick. Point, reach it back behind you. 2 more times. Kick. How close can the toes get to your face? Last time. Kick. Point, reach it back. Now it lifts up. You bop Chi-Rong on the head. And then you bop him again on the head. Because he's running around like a cuckoo man. I don't quite get the Chi-Rong fangirls, but maybe someone can explain it to me. Last time. I'm just such a Hua Cheng stan. You're going to flex your foot, bring it to a hover. You're going to draw chastity meatball-sized circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse your circle for 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, legs going to come to the front. We do our hot potato. Tap 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Light. And up. 2 times. 2 times. Keep that waist long. Last time, 3 sets of 1s. And 2. Don't crash the leg down. Easier said than done. And now we're officially done. Bend your knees in. We'll take a seated figure 4 here. I'm cosplaying as Cheng from TGCF. That's why I have an eye patch on. All right, you're gonna cross your right leg on top of your left leg like so to get a little bit of a stretch in your glute and piriformis. And then just pull the shape in towards you. Breathing easy. And then switching sides. Do we know if the Donghua has a season 3 yet? I haven't heard anything. I'm gonna be very disappointed if it stops. They still have so much to cover. I'm super curious how they would end it. Yeah. It's really cool to have it be available in so many different versions of media right now, because you get to see different interpretations of it. All right, from here we get to do our final dice roll. So, final dice roll for our teasers here. So if you don't know what teasers are, if you've ever seen an ad for Pilates and they're like this, that's a teaser. So we're gonna do that. But we're going to have the dice tell us how we're going to do it. So if we roll an odd number, we're going to do prep for teaser 5. Teaser 5 is a weird circle arm, circle leg coordination dance number of a teaser. And then if we do option 2, which is even numbers, then we do a stomach massage variation on our teaser. Stomach massage is once again reformer on the mat. So let's see, using my dice shaking posture, let's see what we get. So odd number, teaser 5, whoop, even number, and we got an even number. We're doing stomach massage inspired teasers. Holy moly. All right, get ready. These are gonna be spicy. All right, we're only gonna do 3. And so you have 2 options for this. I'm going to give you 2 options. So there's the more mild version where you'll stack on your forearms like so. You're going to keep your spine nice and long and diagonal, and you're going to bring your legs to tabletop and do the exercises like this. The other version is you're going to do a teaser into these versions of teaser. So decide which one you want to do. Maybe you roll a dice to decide what you want to do. And then I'll demo both. So I'll start on my elbows. For my teaser buddies, you're going to start lying back. Arms come up to the ceiling, bring your legs to tabletop or long to your diagonal here. You're going to take an inhale, exhale, come up into your teaser and reach for your toes. From here, open your legs into a frog position. You're going to bend your legs in and straighten and bend and straighten. One more time. Hold your legs where they are. Roll all the way back down to the mat. Bend your knees into your chest and rest. We move on. Number 2. Arms come up to the ceiling. You find your start position with your legs. On your exhale, you roll through your curl up into your teaser. Now from here, zip your legs together. Bend them in a little bit and straighten. Thighs toward chest and straighten. Last time, straighten. Lower all the way back down. Keep the legs where they are. Hug your knees into your chest. This last time, we add frog legs and a twist. Twist and reach stomach massage. This is Pilates. There's a method to the madness. Trust me. Legs come to your start position. My friends that are on their forearms continue to do the frog legs. You don't have to do the upper body. You'll take an inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll all the way up. Teaser hold. Find a frog position. You're going to bend your legs in. As the legs straighten, you open twist to the right. And then bring it back in and twist. Just 2 more times. Last time. Holy moly. Come back through center. Roll all the way down with control. Hug your knees into your chest. All right, rock yourself up to seated. That was pretty spicy. All right. So if you don't have weights, I'll give you a minute to grab them. We're going to do a little arm, upper body ending here with some hand weights. I have 3-pound weights, which actually might be a little heavy for this, but 1 to 3 should be fine. If you don't have weights, you can also do this as well. It's just as hard without weights. I've done it both ways, and that's the magic of Pilates. You don't necessarily need the props. You can just use your body. It's pretty cool stuff. All right, so from here, since Cheng is a swordsman, we're gonna do bilateral work, which means one side will work and the other will stay stable. So we're gonna work our core from front to back to stabilize one side while the other one moves. So I'm gonna take this kneeling. You can take this standing or kneeling. I prefer you kneel up like this, where you're not sitting on your heels, but I'm gonna take it here because you can't see me otherwise. So you're gonna take your weight into your right hand. You're gonna take your other hand to your opposite hip, just to make sure that your hips stay square. We're gonna start with drawing our sword, drawing our scimitar. You're gonna take your weight across your body. Pull at the elbow up to a high diagonal and then bring your arm up to the ceiling. And then with control, bend it back in nice and slow. Pull up on your elbow, draw your scimitar, and bring it back in, keeping that other side nice and stable, no shifting side to side. 2 more times. And bend, bring it in. Last time. This time, bring it in. Take a breath. We're gonna bring the arm up to a cactus position. From here, you're gonna lower the forearm so that it faces down. We're gonna go for a lateral raise here. You're gonna lower down and lift up. And lower and lift up. 2 more times. Last time, you lift up and hold. Come back through your cactus, bring your palm to face you. We do bicep curls here. You open the arm straight and then slowly with control, curl in. Even though you have 1 to 3 pounds, I want this to feel like 100 to 300 pounds. 2 more times. Last time. From here, pump that arm straight to the ceiling. Bring your other arm down by your side. You're gonna side bend over and come up with control. And over a little, and up with control. 2 more times, keeping the shoulder away from the ear. Last time. Bend the elbow lower down, and then we switch sides. Switching our grip. Now from here, pull back on your scimitar, straighten the arm to the ceiling, and then bend, bring it back in. And 3 more times. I think we did 3 more times. This is my weak side, so for me a little extra credit is not necessarily a bad thing. 2 more times. I'm currently working on a Cheng cosplay, and I'm really excited about my scimitar design. I just have to get back into making it, spend a little bit of time. This time we bring our arm out, we do our lateral raises, up and down. Going in line with the shoulder, keeping the elbow aligned with the shoulder. 1 more time. This time the arm comes up, you bring that arm to the palm to face you, you open out to the side, and then bend, resist, bring it back in. Out slow, and in slow. 3 more times. 2 more times. Last time. I'm staring down my bag of chips that I was eating before this, and I'm looking forward to having more. All right, from here, bring your arm up to the ceiling. You're gonna tip over, keeping the shoulder away from the ears. and tip over. Just a little bit. You're lifting the ribs and keeping the hips stable. 2 more times. Last time. Lower the arm down, draw your shoulders back, and you are ready for the rest of whatever point you are in your day. Good job, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I hope you liked Watch on CosPilates today. If you did, we're doing one more in this series. We will be doing a Hualian couples class. So couples in that you don't have to have someone to do it with you. Couples in that it's going to be sections from the Shilian class and parts from the Huachang class together in one class. I'm going to try and figure out what to wear for that. Probably I'm going to attempt to mix what I wore for this class and the other class and see how that goes. But I hope you can come to that. That's going to be this Thursday at 6:30 p.m. EST. In the meantime, if you're interested, whoops, not dice. You can roll some dice if you want, but you can also follow me on Instagram at Move with Sarah, or you can follow me here on Twitch or on YouTube, all under the same name. Thank you, and happy Monday. I hope it was okay for everyone, or is okay for everyone. And if you haven't checked out TGCF, I think it's pretty cool. It's streaming on Crunchyroll. They have the first season on Netflix. You can go to Barnes & Noble, get the book. Go on Bilibili, read the amazing manhwa with the amazing illustrations. You can find it everywhere. Check it out. It's really fun, fanciful, and very romantic. All right, with that, have a good night, good day, good afternoon, good day. Thanks, everyone. See you soon. Bye.